Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We have another memory plan with me. This is for the week of these weeks aren't right. I've talked about this before. This is for the week of July 7th, and I chose to use this kit from CaressPress. I've had this this is the mystery from October 2024 of last year. We have the bottom washing. Here's an extra box, and I have pulled all my labels um already. So yeah. Um Here's like the extra color. I am not memory, color blocking. Hopefully I remember. Pickle, and I'm just gonna flip through. Clear, I did not use many solids at all. But yeah, this is the key. It's really, really cute. Of course, I did not go pickleballing. I don't even know what that is. It's clearly something similar to tennis, y'all. I cannot get my words out, but this was like a cute summer kit. I'm using my stash, and here's the full bundle. I cannot talk. What is going on? Here's the full bundle that it came with. It's in pixie dust in this green color. Really, really cute. I did not have this green color, so I foiled my scripts in this like bluish color. It's really cute. I think it really will match the spread, It's giving the vibes. It's giving the vibes. So let me pop everything out so we can get started. I will be attempting to film 3 spreads. My desk is a little crusty, but yes, we will be attempting to film 3 spreads today. So we'll see what happens. Let me put this to the side. Um, but yeah, I've pulled all my labels, so everything's prepped. Stickers pulled, scripts printed, cut, and labels pulled as well. Normally I film like the base, and then I'm just pulling out all the full boxes, and seeing what I want to lay down. Um, Normally I film the base and then pull the stickers, but I'm trying something different today. I normally don't do this because I want y'all to see like the kit in full, but I guess since this is technically, I don't know what I want to use. Technically a super old kit, probably really doesn't matter. Guess this is a chatty Ballin with me. Okay, first off, she's cutie and she's cutie. So we're gonna use her. I'm just start putting stuff down. I feel like my desk is always so messy. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, having a good. I like her, but I don't like her face. She's kind of scary. Um, so there's that. I don't know what I want to do. I know I'm color blocking, and I believe all my colors I did. 1, 2, extra color. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. Oh, it will have to be the extra color on the. I'm trying to figure out the sidebar. Do I have 1, 2, 3? Well, yeah, I can use this on the sidebar. Making sure because I'm just gonna go ahead. I feel like I'm all over the place, but that's nothing new. So, you guys, what are we talking about this today? So, I guess this first spread I can chat because I have stuff to chat about. So last week when I went to print my scripts, I had the hardest time printing my scripts I was literally over it because, um, okay, so we switched internets. Do I want, uh, no, I'm just do country club vibes. Um, we switched internet, right? I have an HP laser printer. I have two printers. Um, this printer to print my, well, I didn't print these kits. This is from CaressPress, but the kits that I do print, I use an Epson. What is it called? Epson something. It's a 2800. It's, I forgot like the technical name of the printer. If anybody is curious, I will let you know. Just let me know. But um, it's a inkjet printer basically. It also can do sublimation. So there's that. But for my, in order to foil, I need a laserjet printer. So I got an HP, the cheapest kind, and his worked perfectly for me. Um, for I bought it in like 2023, like 2 years, perfectly fine, no issues, right? And I still don't have issues except that I cannot. We switch internet, and I cannot switch the internet. I have like the cheapest one. Now they're like $150. Before I paid less than 100 for it. So still trying to decide what I'm gonna do. Um yeah, I paid less than $100 for it. But I cannot figure out how to. I love a piece of avocado toast. So oh, do I want her over here? I think so. Um Trying to figure out how to switch it from the old internet to the new internet. Luckily, my cousin has not turned off the old internet, and that is the only way I will be able to print, or I will have to buy an Ethernet cord to attach to my MacBook. So that's what I'm going to have to do until I buy a new printer because I, for the life of me, cannot get it to connect to the new internet. And I looked it up. Of course, if you have an HP, um, would I suggest anyone getting an HP? I don't know. Truthfully, I cannot tell you. If you don't change your internet, yeah. The upgraded versions, y'all probably don't care about this, but we're friends, so we're going to talk about it. In the updated versions, like the more expensive HPs, there's like buttons you can push. I don't have a touch screen on my HP, um, but if you go on the forums, people are like, "Oh, um, I don't want that right there." You know, which one do I want? This one. People are like, for the life of me, I could never connect my Wi-Fi, and I thought it was just a problem with my HP because for a minute it has not, like, it would disconnect from the Wi-Fi all the time, and I would have to like turn it on, turn it off, then turn it back on for it to connect, and that's the only way it'll connect or whatever. And I thought it was me, but after looking on the forums and stuff, it is not. It's HP. And a lot of people say they could not get it connect, their printer to connect for 4 months and all these things. And so I was trying for hours. I still have not got it to connect. I don't have a touch screen. When I use my HP Smart, it does not work. It will only connect if I'm on the other Wi-Fi, but that Wi-Fi will be disconnected soon. So I have no choice. Luckily, it's not disconnected, and that's the only way I was able to print my scripts so I could foil them. Um, yes, I could print black scripts, but I absolutely cannot stand black scripts anymore. I've tried to use them, and this is like, for me, I just want to love my hobby. I, I hope I'm explaining that right. This is a hobby that I love. In order for me to get joy out of doing it, I, I want to love my spread. And when I don't, I print stuff. Unless it's a kit that has black in it and it matches with it, I want my stuff foily. I'm a foily girl. I'm an extra girl. And that's just that. You know what I mean? So, therefore, I like my stuff foiled. So, I'm thinking about in the next few months getting an another LaserJet printer. And also, I do eventually want to upgrade my other printer, but it's not necessary at this time. Like, um, my kids come out. I think a lot of people use the Canon. I think I want a Canon. So, yeah, I don't know. But I do not want to get another HP. And another thing that I was telling my aunt about this, and she just could not believe it. If you have an HP, I did my research before about HP. I know I'm just rambling about printers, but that's what we're talking about. Um, if you have an HP and you sign up for like that instant ink stuff, if you cancel it, you cannot use those ink cartridges that you paid for to print. I knew this before I bought it, so I did not sign up for that, especially because I've only had to buy toner one time since I've bought this printer. Um, I've only had to buy toner one time. I need to buy toner again soon because it's getting low. But it would have not been, you know, beneficial. No, I'm messing up already. It would have not been beneficial to me. Um, so, and my aunt could not believe it. She said, "How are they getting away with this?" Like, and then you see the forums, and the forums are so like funny because you see people online crashing out about it. But yeah, just for warning, if you ever do decide to get a HP printer, do not get the instant ink because it's like a subscription. And yeah, it's like a subscription. And like, say for instance, you're like, oh well, I got enough ink, whatever, whatever. If you cancel that subscription, you cannot print. You'll have to buy a whole new like cartridge, and it's like it's robbery if you ask me because you've already paid for it, so why can't you? And then like there are different like levels. I hope I'm saying it right. Like, I haven't had the subscription, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But what I've seen, there's like different levels of um subscriptions or whatever. And I guess depending on how much you print or whatever, and if you're not using it, you're paying like buku money, maybe $20, $30 or whatever you call it. Now, I guess if you print a lot, it may be worth it. I don't know. So that's my ramble about that. So now, if you guys know of good LaserJet printers that are not HP, let me know. I say all that to say that. Anyway, what else has been going on? So that is like what frustrated me last week, but we made it through. We made it shake. You know, I always forget CaressPress kids. You have to do this. I I miss. Okay, I really miss subscriptions. Right, I do. I love the CaressPress subscription down. Okay, but like once CaressPress stopped doing their subscription, I like did not renew my subscription to SPC. I used to love getting that Happy Mail. But honestly, I look at it like if I really want it, it's only been like one or two kits that have came out this year. I have not got the subscription at all this year. This has only been one or two kits that's came out this year. I'm like, oh my goodness, I wish I had the subscription. Otherwise, truly, um, I see it as it'll come out again next year and I can use it then, I can get it then. Um, so there is that. What else are we going to talk about? Let me see. Make sure I do my color black and white because I added the extra color in. Um, but yeah, that's what's going on. Also, someone commented under my video, and I need to like the comment. I'm very bad about responding to comments. Sometimes I see it, and sometimes I truly do not see it until I log onto my YouTube studio to look at it. But someone commented under my video and was like, why don't I just film like the week or in the month that like we're in August, why don't I just record the videos in August? That like the weeks, so I won't be planning so far behind. And the answer to that is because I'm crazy. So now granted, if I was just say for instance, I this is how my brain works. I have always been told I have problems, and I think I have like some type of not OCD, but there's a something called type O that I heard about, and it seemed very familiar. I'm very like, I'm not saying I'm addicted to things easily, but I hyperfixate on things, right? And I make things way more difficult than they have to be. So my thought process on that, if I was attending to finish this planner, like I'm not just planning from where I am to the end of the year, then I'm gonna start a new planner. No, I'm going to plan like academically. My goal is to do July through June like an academic planner. And if I started in August and ended in June, that will bother me. That's the easiest way I can explain it. It will bother me. Now, what other people do with their planner, I'm fine long. Like, I'm glad like Leonard Designs has come back to planning videos because I truly miss planning videos. You know what I mean? And if I miss it, I know you guys miss it too. All right. So I'm filming 3 videos, but I'm not necessarily going to put them up. In addition, I do not want to be all the way caught up, right? I essentially I want it be like 2 weeks behind. So it's not like this pressure. The week ended on Sunday and I have to film the video like that next week. No, I want to because also I make my own scripts. So I'm not just pulling scripts. When I pull stickers, I often have to make the scripts. And truly, I don't have time to like, yes, I could like what do you call it? Let me get these out. Yes, I could technically every day type up my scripts. True. I just don't have time. I'm doing other stuff. I have other interests and working. I truly don't have time, so I just have to set aside a day that I type up my scripts, foil them, print cut. So in my mind, which after I film these 3 videos. I'm off today. I have nothing to do. So it's fine. Because I prepped everything yesterday, and it's only gonna take me what I don't have children, so I can set aside like half a day to do whatever I want. I'm in the mood to plan, so yeah. Um, what was my other thought? I don't know, but y'all, I'm just crazy. Let me just. So I technically will be caught up to the point that I want to be caught up, but my goal is just to upload 1 video a week. I hope that makes sense, and not to be so far behind that I don't like it. I don't like to be like a whole season behind. I don't know why. It just irritates me. So we're in the summer. Um, yeah. So that's explaining that. I know I'm crazy, but that's what y'all signed up for. I know y'all didn't sign up for my craziness, but my goal is just to upload a video a week. And actually, talk throughs are way easier for me because I have a love hate relationship with film and voiceovers, even if it's like the beginning of a voiceover. So, yeah, it's very chaotic over here. Um, and I am taking some of the like kind of stress out of the situation, but I'm not doing any um like extenders because that always took me a little bit of time to think about, and I'm just like, I'm no longer in the mood to think about extenders. So this planner, I won't be doing extenders. So essentially I could pre-record my bases, but I clearly don't always talk about the week that I'm filming, but sometimes I will. Because like right now I'm chatting, but the next few videos I'm eventually gonna run out of stuff to chat about. So then y'all will hear about like my week and what's going on. What happened this week? I don't think, was this the week my car got booted? I think so, yeah. This was the week that my car got booted. So it was not your girl's best week by far. Mm, I always put like that in the corner. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, your girl was going through it this week. So, and then we'll get to the following, what happened the following week. But essentially, the following week, I have like car trouble. One of these weeks. But yeah, I talked about, if you live in Atlanta, you know how predatory the people who like boot cars are. They are just the spawn of Satan. Because it's just like, are y'all like getting paid for this? Because what's the reason? Like, but anyway, because even like parking here is just treacherous. Like, anywhere you go, if the business is cheap, they are not going to pay for parking or like, what do you call it? Validate your parking. So it's very treacherous. They say Atlanta is the city of scammers. And it really starts with these businesses because they really be scamming. Like, I'm originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee, which it's filled. The thing about Chattanooga, it has gotten bigger over the years. Like, it is not considered a small town anymore, but it feels like it. Like, even moving to Atlanta, like I was not used to people like who like the simple things, like if you let somebody over in traffic, like it's common to like wave here. You ain't getting away. And I'm not gonna say necessarily it's the Atlanteans because there's so many people who have moved here. In Atlanta, if you're driving and you put on your turn signal, they are not gonna let you over. Like you have to. Atlanta has taught me like defensive driving. Like you gotta get over there. Like you know what I mean. Um, Even when working in healthcare, um, the people were like just. That's why I've kind of been turned off from healthcare. Um, right now I'm taking a break from healthcare, but like they were just rude. Like people are just rude, and it's not just. How do I say this with being like politically correct? Basically, there are people like when I was in Tennessee, people are polite, whatever, like no matter what race, nationality you are. Here, there are a lot of people from like different countries here, right? And I get there's a certain culture that they have, like they talk a certain way, but especially when dealing with patients, it sometimes like throw me off how they talk to patients, and then they just say, "Oh, well, that's how they talk." No, some of that is just being downright hateful. Like, and if you're tired of like doing your job, get out, especially with working with patients, because you never know when it could be your turn. And I'm very adamant about that. Like, you never know. We're all one thing away from happening for before it's us. Imagine that that was your loved one, your mom, and they just want to drink a water and you're being hateful. Like I have never been so turned off from healthcare until I started working it in Atlanta. It is horrible. And it not only goes from the CNAs, the nurses, administration, they talk to you any kind of way. Like, it is awful. And they make like they care about the patients, but they do not, because the things they um, do, there's no way you can also care about the patients. There's just no way. Um, and the way there are nursing homes on every single corner, but there's nobody to work it. And then with the bill coming in, it's only going to get worse because they're going to have to cut staffing. People, so I've seen like some things where people are like, oh, well, it's going to be like the pandemic again. We're going to make all this money. First of all, to be delighted in someone else's like downfall is insane, for one. For two, um, it's just, and it's sick. Um, how these nursing home or facilities prey on families, lie to them, and tell them it's gonna be one thing when they know they have no way of upholding what they're telling families. And then of course the family's upset once they get there, and they're like trashing the facility when the facility isn't even given the proper equipment to succeed. It's awful. Like, if you can keep your loved one at home, it's because it's only going to get worse. Because one facility I left, I was the only like CNA on the floor, and I said no, absolutely not. With 30 something patients who were all like um bedbound, basically. Um, you cannot do shot. You can't give 30s. If you Let me put this in perspective. If you have 30 something patients and 9 times out of 10, at least 10 of them are supposed to get showers, not bed bath showers. How is that possible with one person? If I'm supposed to come in, do vitals, pass snack. And I mean, I'm working night shift at this point. And I've seen this on first shift as well. Come in, pass snacks, do vitals, change people. And technically, you're supposed to change people every 2 hours. That's impossible. And also, I should not be like working like a dog, slaving. I mean, and then granted, some of these patients are difficult. Like, some of these patients are difficult to deal with. If they were so easy to deal with, some of them would be at home. Let's be honest. You're dealing with some patients have not only have dementia, but they also have mental health issues like um, schizophrenia, bipolar. And no, it's not their fault. But when you're not giving the tools, you already short staffed, and you're not giving the tools to help these people, because a lot of these people who are in the nursing home are not on antipsychotics, but there's not a discussion about that. Um, it is difficult, and then you do not have help. Before, when you have help, you like you and another CNA can go in there and figure it out. But when you're the only person on the floor, what are you supposed to do? Get beat up? And truthfully, we didn't sign up to get beat up. We signed up to help people, but administration doesn't care. You know what I mean? Um, I feel like it's the same in these schools when I see these things about what these teachers have to go through. Um, it's like to put a child who's like violent, has, you know, behaviors that can result in violence, and it something has to give. But of course, we're so focused on making the rich richer instead of pouring back into our community, pouring back into our futures, and also pouring back into the ones who have worked. And it's like once you're older, they truly do not care. They don't. Um, it's like they don't care about what you did in the past, what you serve. A lot of these people are veterans, and they have PTSD, all these things, but they just don't care. And as our children, they're pro-life until you're born. Everyone's pro-life until you're born, and then it's just like throw you away, basically. Because our education system is a joke, especially if you cannot afford private. I cannot speak to the private institutions or anything like that, but even growing up, I grew up in the inner city, and I went to both inner city and um like a school. I used to be bused out an hour away for school when I was in the elementary. We had books, we had all the things, like all the things. But when I was like in middle school and stuff, I was not bused out. So I went to the inner city schools. For one, I was so much far ahead of where they were because I had went to the school that I went to. And also when I got to my school, there was no my middle school and high school, we didn't have enough books for everybody to take a book home. So it's like, so you can't do, teachers have to assign different homework because you couldn't assign homework from the book that eventually standardized testing would come from, because the children don't have enough books to take home. So it is insane. I know I'm rambling, but we are going to get to better things and get into the day by day in just a second. First thing we're going to mark is that I slept in. I slept in a lot this week. Your girl it's some weeks that I just struggle getting up on time. I worked out. We were working out this week. Don't get excited. It does not last. I was trying to work out at home, and I'm just not an at home workout girly. So yeah, and then I was listening to The Perfect Marriage this day. I had some like first watch, and then I worked. So for sleeping in, I say this every spread, and it is true. I truly need to re-up. I'm going to within the next couple of weeks re-up because I'm really out of a lot of stickers. Um, that is from Sweet Eva's Paper Co. For working out, we have like this duffel bag from CaressPress. Even though I color block, I do not color block like these stickers, the character stickers. That's just a bit much for me. For listen to The Perfect Marriage. Um, that is also from CaressPress. For first watch, I had like some avocado toast. That is from CaressPress. And for working, this is also from CaressPress. All right, on to this. I got some groceries this day. I meal prepped, which I hate when I meal prep and then I end up eating the food like one time. That is my toxic trait. I will like meal prep and then I eat the food once. It'll be really good. But especially for lunch, I feel like what I had meal prep was like a little too heavy. And I just need to stick to sandwiches. I am a sandwich girly. I love me a sandwich. So, especially for lunch, it's not too like heavy and stuff. So, then I film edited and uploaded. And then I read. So, for getting groceries, that is from CaressPress. For meal prepping, pretty sure this is sweet. Is this Sweet Ava's paper? I want to say it is. I could be lying. Or McPlans. No, that might be McPlans. Either way, neither one of those shops are open, so this doesn't matter. For filming, that is from CaressPress, and this also from McPlans. All right, on to Tuesday. I do love these colors. They're so cutie. Um, First thing I wanted to mark is that I worked out. I finished a book. What book did I finish this day? I finished. I pulled the wrong sticker for that, but I finished listening to A Perfect Marriage. When it's audiobooks, I like to pull a audiobook sticker, but whatever. I watched Martin. I feel like this is really crooked. And I worked. Question is, are we gonna fix it? Yeah, we kind of need to because that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna try to fix the least amount of stickers possible. I think it's this one that's really just off. But anyway, for working out, this is a bear from CaressPress. And I'm not cutting her. I just don't feel like it. For finishing my book, this is from CaressPress as well. For watching Martin, this is from Leonard Designs. For working, Leonard Designs as well. And for ABC 2020, I don't know if I mentioned, I did watch ABC 2020. And that is from CaressPress. I love this blue. It's really cute. So, I was on the phone yipping yapping with my aunt while working. Mind you, I was doing DoorDash. this day. And I come out and my car got booted. And I was just like, what? Because you hear the stories, but until it happens to you, and they charged me like $75. And I was like, well, what if I don't have the money? They were like, well, it'll be towed. So unfortunately, I had to give those creditors $75. So, and I cried about it because it's just like, why? So, and yes, I cried about it. And then at that point, I was like done for the day. I came home and I started a book called Quasum 3, the third book in the series. Loved it down. 5 stars. Love it. He is a book boyfriend. And then I had a potato taco bowl, which was really good. Every Tuesday we either go to eat and have tacos, or we have them at home, and it's always like different. But those potato taco bowls, 5 stars. Like, and I'm not a huge fan of potatoes, so yeah, loved it. So for my car being booted, that is literally the look on my face I had. SPC for my crash sesh. That is from um Once More with Love for Quasum 3. That's from La La Land Studio. And for my potato taco bowl, this was from McPlants. And then I also have to mention, this may be TMI, but I went for, I'm sorry, I'm shaking this. And that's like my number one pet peeve. Anyway, I did not have a period for a long time. There was no way I could be pregnant. But I was just like, this is weird. And eventually I did have a period. And I thought, once again, this TMI, but we're friends. I thought it was going to be super heavy because one time, like when I was really, really sick, of course, that can throw it off. And I had a very heavy period, but I didn't this time. It was like my normal. Um, so, but I was like, is something wrong with me? Am I going to? Now, I am no way old. I'm not old enough to going through like menopause or whatever, but I was, and my emotions and hormones were like all over the place. Because last week, I think it's on the other page, I talked about like having like a mental breakdown. Um, like it was insane. So first I wanted to mark on Wednesday that I slept in. But that was why I was like really, really emotional. And I just did not know what was going on. For sleeping in, that is from Sweet Ava's paper. Then I read, what were we reading? Oh, Quasum 3, probably. Yeah, I read Quasum 3. I really took my time with this book because I could have read it like, it was like close to 500 pages, but I really just wanted to absorb it because I have been waiting for this book to come out for, and it's not a long time, but like this author normally drops a book every month. Um, because like she really has like her books planned out. So yeah, but it had been like 3 or 4 months since Quasum 2. Quasum is his name. And I was really waiting for it, and it was the last book in that series, and I just wanted to absorb it. Then I watched ABC. That's from Lena Designs, ABC 2020, and my workout stickers are from CaressPress. All right, then I listened to I believed I listened to this in one sitting. It's a book by Siobhan Latrice called Love Letters from a Gangster. And this book was really interesting and it was really good. And I was enthralled because this book was actually not a quick book. It was like 14, 15 hours long. But of course, I listened at a faster speed, but it was an all day thing. I listened to it. This book that's from La La Land Studio. I was enthralled with this book. And I planned this day, and I was probably listening to this while I was planning. That's from Sweet Ava's Paper. And I had a YouTube bench, and this is from CaressPress. But I was enthralled with this book. It was like a urban romance. Oh, freaking good! And this color blocking is the cutest. I must say, it is so cute. So on to Thursday. The first thing I have to mark, of course, that I slept in. In a dream world, I would love to be able to get up at 5. I don't know why. I just cannot get my life together to get up at 5, but such is life. I worked out. I listened to a book called Your Ex Ain't Me, and that is the like, okay, so the love letters from a gangster that I listened to the previous day, that's like the second book in the series. No, third book in the series. Um, no, it's either second or third. And these are about the brothers. So Your Ex Ain't Me is one of his brothers. There's like 6 boys, 1 girl. Um, there's the book about the mom and dad is called, oh, what is the name of The Marriage Favor. And then like they have 6 boys and a little girl. Um, so those are, there's a book about all the brothers and the little girl, but I have not listened to them all yet, but they are really good. Um, so for sleeping in, that is from CaressPress. For working out, that's also from CaressPress. For listening to Your Ex Ain't Me, that is from Leonard Designs. And this right here, I was marked that I was annoyed because my aunt annoyed me. So yeah, I was annoyed this day. Um, Next, I marked that I had got some tropical smoothie this day. I worked. I watched Criminal Minds. I had Taco Bell. Y'all, I don't care what y'all say. I love some Taco Bell. And especially if you get the have the app. Their rewards are pretty good. You can get like something free every time you go. So I love me some Taco Bell. No, it's not the healthiest, but you know what it is. And then I filmed when I came home. So for tropical smoothie, this is from Once More with Love. For working, this is Sweet Ava's Paper. For Criminal Minds, this is from McPlan. I feel like I will never finish Criminal Minds. I think I'm on season, like, I'm lying. I think I'm only on season, I was about to say season 10. I'm on season like 7, but I can't binge Criminal Minds. It's, you, uh, if you can binge Criminal Minds like episode after episode, I'm worried for you. So there's that. McPlans and Once More is Love for both of those. On to Friday. I really love how this color blocking is coming out. So first and foremost, the first thing I marked is that I had some avocado toast. I believe I made this at home this day. I read, what was I reading on Friday? I was still reading Quasim 3. Quasim 3. Still reading that. And then I worked. All right. So for avocado toast, this is from CaressPress. And I have I like that it matches the spread, but also it's blue, and that sends me for reading. That is from CaressPress as well. And for working, this is CaressPress. I use CaressPress a lot when I need like colors to match, you know. All right. On to next, I marked that I finished my book. So I finished the listening to Your Ex Ain't Me. I finished this book this day. Then I watched ABC 2020. I need to get back into ABC 2020. But the episode that I'm on is just kind of hard to watch. It is the Central Park 5. And the episode is kind of hard for me to watch, knowing that they were so young and they went to jail for something they did not do. And at the point of the episode, I think people are still believing that they were guilty because this episode was like years ago. Of course, if you know about the Central Park 5, they have since been exonerated and were released from prison, but it's like years of their life have gone. So I have not watched because I haven't finished the episode. So yeah, that's ABC 2020. That's from La La Land Studio. That is CaressPress. I had Taco Bell. Surprise, surprise. That is from CaressPress. That was clearly my hyperfixation. And then I watched My Girl Reba because we love her. And that is from Leonard Designs. It is super old, super, super old, but I love that sticker so much. So, on to Saturday. This is when I started running out of labels because I had a lot of like days where I had like 9 things, but that's the only thing about well, if it was printable it would be okay, but that's the only thing about color blocking. Sometimes you run out of stuff. And so the next spread I did not color block specifically because I needed a lot of little things. So for reading, first thing on Saturday March is that I read. What was we reading on Saturday? I was still reading Watson 3, which is insane. I really took my time with that book. I think it took me a week. Then I made me some avocado toast. That is from CaressPress. I worked this day. This is from CaressPress. And then I had a YouTube bench. This is from Leonard Designs. All right. Then we marked that we watched Criminal Minds. We had some Jersey Mike's. I went and got I think this may have been the week that all my cousins. Okay, I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. I call my niece and nephew that I live with. They are technically my cousins. They're my oldest cousin, her children. So all 3 of my cousins were gone. I think it was this week that they were gone. Could be lying, but because I only remember getting me and my aunt a daiquiri. So I went to this place called New Orleans Daiquiri, and they still, from the pandemic, they still let you like order daiquiris to go. So I brought me and my aunt one home. So yeah, for Criminal Minds, that is CaressPress. For Jersey Mike's, that is Crooked, and I just cannot. That is from, I believe that's Leonard Designs. I need to get actual sub stickers because that That's what I use. I cannot stand it whole, please. I'm going to fix that in real time. Let's see. Actually, here we are. So if you're an OG, you know what I'm about to do, but I'm about to take this. Hopefully it's long enough. It is, and fill that up. And I'm gonna do that for the other one. We used to do this when we used to use a lot of like foil stickers. For icons, I used to use foil icons when I first started planning. I really don't anymore use the foil. But yeah, for the daiquiris, they did not look like this. They were like more slushies, but yeah, that is from What's More is Love, and I did laundry. And this is from CaressPress. All right, moving on to Sunday. Last but not least, on Sunday I was reading, and I was still reading Quasim 3 on Sunday. Then I had tropical tropical smoothie, and then I listened to my first book by Karen Slaughter called False Witness, and it was really, really good. I am now a fan of Karen, and that's just that on that. I love. She's probably, I don't know, would you call that thriller? I don't know. I love my favorite like psychological thriller author is James Patterson. I know that's kind of old school of me, but I love a thriller with like a psychologist in there, like a forensic psychologist. Love that down. If you have not watched the Alex Cross series on Prime, get into it. It was so good, like so good. That's from CaressPress for my tropical smoothie. Oh, this week I was getting tropical smoothie because like you can buy a smoothie and get like a wrap free. So it was a really good deal. If you had like the app for listening to False Witness, this is from La La Land Studio. So yes. Last but not least, I watched ABC 2020. No, I worked. Then I watched ABC 2020. And then I had Spanky's. Spanky's is like this Chicago style soul food restaurant that's really close to me. And they have soul food bowls. So you get like your choice of meat and like 3 sides. And it's so good. I always get the fried chicken because I don't know, it's good. It's really, really good. And then their mac and cheese, amazing. And that's saying a lot because everybody cannot do good mac and cheese. And then I get the yams or sweet potatoes, whatever you call them, amazing. And then I've tried the cabbage and the greens. I'm not really a fan of either of those. You probably like people probably they put like peppers in the cabbage, and I don't really like the taste of peppers and cabbage. Don't shoot me. I'm crazy. And then the greens were just, I'm not a huge fan of greens. Like, it's only 2 people's greens I actually eat. So, that's not saying much, honestly. But, love that place down. Love those soul food bowls. And here is the finished spread, you guys. This color blocking, obsessed. Truly, truly obsessed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even with my rants. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.